Good morning, community. Hopefully, this video won't stag like that just did. But I got this amazing guy on my podcast this morning. His name is Brian Gibson. And this is not your average person. This is a person who served their country in the Army, Army retired veteran who has contemplated suicide after service through PTSD, whatever, tripped it, bottom line, lost hope. And he's here today and has taken that darkness, that storm in his life, and has formed an organization to support veterans out there. And, I just am so honored to have him on my podcast this morning. He has done a project Diehard. And there, to me, as I'm not a former military person, but I love our country. I'm a Patriot Stroke survivor. And you know what? I am here to support Brian's Project Diehard in any way Stroke TV media can. I want you to hear what he's doing and how he's found his purpose in his story. So let me get into that part of this. Hold on a second. Let me get that going. Welcome to the Stroke of Genius Podcast Executive Experience. I'm your host, Aaron Alva. I am CEO and founder of Stroke TV Media. I created this podcast to give us access to top-level entrepreneurs, executives, and global thought leaders. So without further ado, here's your host, Aaron Alva. Well, there he is. The minute your microphone is muted, Brian. But I wanted to thank you for being here, Brian. I appreciate it.
Well, thank you, brother, for having me on your show. We have been following you on our channels and stuff, and you're an inspiration to people.
Well, I appreciate it. I mean, to me, Brian, there's nothing more honorable than serving the people that have former military that serve their country. But let's get right into it. I got a question for you. Introduce yourself. Tell me about what you do.
Well, first, let me introduce myself to all of your viewers. My name is Brian Gibson. Sergeant First Class retired of the United States Army and founder and president of ProjectDiehard.org. We are a faith-based, scripture-led veteran nonprofit on a mission to bring hope to my brothers and sisters.
Now, let's back up a little bit, and you started Project Diehard at your own storm, basically. You contemplated suicide after your service. Now you're helping other veterans. I was shocked. You and I were talking in the green room before the podcast about how many people we'd lose, how many veterans we lose a day to suicide. What is that number?
Well, again, brother, that number goes up and down. There's no way to get a definite number because people they don't report a suicide. If a veteran overdoses, they'll mark it as an accidental overdose, not a suicide. So that number, we use the number 22 because that's an average number, but it goes up and down every week. I tell people this: if one veteran dies by suicide, That is too many.
Agreed. Agreed. That's what I mean now. But now reality, it's over 20 a day. I mean, I was
Oh yeah.
shocked for you not to tell me that it's over 20 a day. I was shocked.
As of Wednesday, it was 38 a day.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I get reports every week. We have other founders of veteran nonprofits. We have a meeting once a week where we talk about veterans issues and what each other is doing and how we can affect change.
All right, here at Scott White, just want to say, probably want to say thank you for your service, Brian.
Well, thank you, Mr. White. Service is just a thing in my family. As we serve the nation, we can chase our lineage all the way back to the Revolutionary War. We serve. That's one thing we do. We have a great country here. And it takes people to step up and say, this I will defend. But with that, there's a cost involved. Yes, I've served this country 26 years as a combat medic. I have seen the worst things man can do to man. Well, with that comes what we call the demons, the nightmares, the cold sweats. I used alcohol to try to drown my demons, which led me to one of the darkest points in my life, where I had a 45 in my mouth, ready to end it all. And then God saved my life, literally. I got a phone call from a veteran that led me down to a little pink building in downtown Paducah, Kentucky. This is where they took the time to listen and care. It's also the time where I learned God has a sense of humor because he started a biker church in a pink building.
I'm sorry.
It's okay, but he does. That was 2 years before I retired. I retired out of the Army in 2017. In about my last 6 months, I get a phone call from the wife of one of my best brothers. We served combat tours together. So for those who don't understand, that's a brotherhood that you can't beat that. She called me going, Doc, what do I do? What do I do? What do I do? And I asked, what's going on? Take a breath. What's going on? She goes, Eric's hanging in the garage.
Oh my God.
I have now, with him, I have lost more of my brothers and sisters to that demon suicide than multiple combat tours.
Wow. Now, Brian, I want to interrupt you for a second because what you just said is huge. People, do you realize Brian just said he's losing more to suicide than in combat. We need your help. We need your help. So something is broken, something is wrong. The veterans do not have the support they need. Thank God you're here, Brian.
Well, brother, it's only by God's grace and mercy that I am. So at that time, I went to my father. I went to God and said, I got in an argument. You saved a wretch like me. Why couldn't you save him? Why don't you do something? Well, he did. He said, here's the plan. Here's Project Diehard. Run with it. I got to warn people, when you argue with God and say, why don't you do something? He's going to give you something to do. Right? He's going to give you something to do. So that was 2018 that Project Diehard was formed. When I say we are a true veteran nonprofit, we are. No leadership receives a salary, including me. But if I believe that if you are making a decision on a veteran's life, you cannot have money involved in it. So 2018, we get our nonprofit status and we start work, right? Doing what we can. 2019, we just got on our feet. And then good old 2020 hit.
So, like a pandemic.
Yep. Well, during that time, the Veterans of Foreign Wars magazine did a story on me under their Still Serving campaign, which led to WSIL TV out of Marion, Illinois, right up the road from me, to call and say, can we do a story on your mission? And I went, of course.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Well, that led to the Haven of Love Christian Daycare Organization to reach out and say, are you willing to come to Makanda, Illinois, and tell us about your mission? I will go anywhere and talk about how God saved my life and this mission. Well, they took me around. I told them all about the mission, what our intentions was, how we're going to do it. And they took me around 20 acres, showed me the old daycare building, a 10,000 square foot building. And then they asked, can you use this for your mission? I went, yes, we could, but there's no way we can afford this.
Right.
They went, good. This building has been shut down and vacant for 10 years. We have been praying on what to do with this land and this building, and we are donating it to you.
Oh, God. Well, there's only.
Yeah. Okay. This mission is God blessed. Okay. As I tell people, God has given us the land.
Wow.
God has given the plan. And he will provide. We know this. But we need people's help. It takes money. I hate to say it, but it takes money to do things. We are completely financially transparent. Anybody at any time can become or access our financial records. They just got to ask. When completed, this facility will provide skill training, counseling, therapies, and transitional housing for 12 single veterans and 2 veterans with their families for up to a year, all at no cost to the veteran. When you donate to us, you become a Project Diehard patron. Every patron has the same right. Come to any facility, any event we hold, and see where your donation goes. I can't think of any other way to be more transparent.
You know, when you only ask for like 20, how much a month do you ask for commitment?
$22 a month.
$22 a month, people. I can't afford it, but now talked about there are some people like me who can't afford it. But what I can't afford is put my name on the camera and raise awareness to this cause. But if you're in a place that you can financially afford to donate to Brian's cause, to Project Diehard, $22 a month will transform my life. And we'll make sure we put all those links in the video description. So please go there. But I'm curious, I need to know, I'm curious, as someone sitting on the outside, what caused you to lose that hope, going to a dark place? What is it that causes, former military people to lose hope?
Oh, brother, thank you for asking that question. And I'll be honest, if I had that answer, we wouldn't have the problem.
Right,
But
true, yeah.
leading causes of veteran suicide: depression, anxiety, PTSD, right? Survivor guilt, alcoholism, addiction to drugs. The nightmares and cold sweats are tough.
Yeah, that kind of that really tells all. We throw in the word, the initials PTSD, as a that really don't understand how impactful that is, and how traumatic or trauma you've been to as a former military person. And I can see where you're seeing death and you're seeing arm limbs blown off and all the worst of the worst. But like you said in the agreement, you've seen the worst what man could do to another man. I mean, that really, in my book, sums it all up. But I can see where you're sitting there, you're trying to go from that into reintegrating it into a normal lifestyle. And that's brutal. And that is where Project the Heart comes in. You come in with giving him hope and understanding from a former military position.
Oh, yes, brother. I was a combat medic. I was a medic. So who better
Right.
to take care of my brothers and sisters than an old, broke down Army medic? I know what they need. I have what they need. I just don't have enough of it.
Right.
This is why when people support Project Diehard, we can do more. We hold a fellowship breakfast once a month in Paducah, Kentucky, and at Forward Operating Base Rush. That takes funding. We will never charge a veteran for a meal, but it has to be paid somehow. we do write for grants and endowments, but that's in a competition type thing. This is where that magic $22 a month comes into play. The more people we can get to give us that $22 a month, the more we can do. And then we will still continue to write for grants, endowments, and seek funding. But we need a groundswell of solid supporters that say, I care about a veteran's life. I want to help. We use the tagline, pray.
What?
Pray. Pray for our mission. Because we know prayer works. Right?
Right.
We ask people, share. Share our mission. Tell somebody about us. As I tell my people all the time, God has the person out there with the resources to fully fund this program. They just haven't heard of us yet. Okay.
Great.
Volunteer. You have a skill. You have talent. You might be the voice a veteran needs to hear to find hope.
What is,
Whatever.
I'm curious, Brian, let me ask you, what if, say, someone's out there right now that wants to get involved with Project Diehard? Is that, I see on your tag, projectdiehard.org. Is that the best way to go there and then find?
You can find us at projectdiehard.org. You can find us on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn. Right? We're out there. Find us. If you're on social media, find us. Like, share. Right? That helps. You know Kurt and Susan Roscoff, right?
Yes.
They are official Project Diehard ambassadors. I am so honored to be on your podcast, but you can reach out to them and have them on your podcast as Project Diehard ambassadors. We have a meeting every week. They know the ins and outs, what's going on. They know the needs. Okay, the nitty gritty needs of what we need to accomplish our mission. Like we accept donations, physical donations of things. But again, I have to ask people, before you say Diehard, you can use this, look at it. We received some mattresses, donated mattresses. Praise God, right? Well, we took off the mattress covers that were on them to put new ones on. And these mattresses were covered with mold. Again, this is where that $22 a month goes. That's the key. So we can go and get brand new, fresh mattresses. But please, people, if you're going to donate items to us, and I hate to be rude here, don't donate your garbage. If you
Right.
need to, go ahead.
If they can't use it themselves, don't bother. Really.
Yeah.
Really. But I'm curious, where at is where says transitional housing project at? Where are you? But you're just getting the beds, or you're just furnishing the rooms? Where are you? What stage of development are you?
We are, by God's graces and mercies, currently open to in-person events only. We opened our facility located in Makanda, Illinois, to in-person events November 28th, 2023, because we now are to the point with ADA accessible bathrooms, upgraded kitchen facilities, and things to provide a place for veterans to come. Right now, we offer a fellowship breakfast. That's the first Saturday of the month. Actually, that's tomorrow. So when I leave this podcast, I got to go do a bunch of other things to make sure my people are ready to provide free meals to veterans tomorrow.
You know, there's no more noble purpose in life, I think. I mean, if you're out there, you live in the United States and you're grateful for what you have. I assure you, I can guarantee you there's a veteran who needs help. A veteran who, through what his trauma has been through in combat, can use your support financially, emotionally, physically, whatever it is. So I want to encourage you again, because we're only down a few more minutes of the podcast. Please reach out, go to projectdiehard.org and see what. Brian, are you available for email? What is your email?
Contact at projectdiehard.org.
Okay.
If people want, right, information, email contact at projectdiehard.org. You can find that on our website. My team will provide you with our complete mission information, our current needs, everything. And if you decide that our mission is worthy and help, all I can say is thank you and God bless. Because whether you give $22 a month or $22,000 a month, I will never know the amount you give, because I can't serve two masters.
Right.
If you help the mission, all I can say as the founder and president is thank you and God bless.
Okay, Brian, we get down the last few minutes, but I'm curious. I mean, I'm hoping that people out there will help Project Diehard. Well, but I know I can on Project Diehard is endorsed for Stroke TV Media, and I'm really hoping that you write down during the show, during this podcast, feel a calling to also get involved. You don't have to do anything other than give up your latte for few days to get the train. Brian's not asking for a lot, but understand we're not here. Understand money makes the world go round. You got to have money to do things. Brian, I can't, I cannot thank you enough for doing what you do, bro.
Brother, I do this in return because God said, you need to do this. This is where God uses broken things. Okay? You, in fact, a stroke. And now look what you're doing.
Yeah.
That's all God. Okay?
Yeah.
If I got anything to put out to my brothers and sisters out there, the veterans of America, is do not give up. You got this. You've made it this far. Make it till tomorrow. We here at Project Diehard are doing the best we can with what we have. We will grow as the mission grows. But brothers and sisters, don't give up. If you need help, reach out. We have a very extensive network, and we can help.
So can they contact you, Brian? If they see right now, this podcast gets to a veteran that is feeling isolated, feeling maybe suicidal. First of all, I know there's 811. There's dial 811, the suicide hotline. But do you have services that what kinds of services, coaching services, what do you have available to them?
Well, we partner with other nonprofit organizations because there's not one organization that can do it all. We have a very extensive network. Yes, brothers and sisters, if you're in crisis right now, pick up the phone, dial 988.
Oh, 980, sorry.
988, and then press number 1. That is set up strictly for veterans. Yes, veterans can reach out to our email address. We are very responsive to inquiries. And we will do what we can with what we have. We don't have all the answers. This is why we invite other nonprofits to join our mission, because they specialize in counseling. They specialize in this. They specialize in that. They specialize in this. When we all come together, we will do more. Yeah, our facilities will be a place where other veteran nonprofits can bring their programs, because together, everyone accomplishes more.
Well, that actually is big, because together, everyone accomplishes more. So the call I'm hearing from Brian, the call I'm hearing is, if you're not nonprofit out there for veterans, Brian wants to work with you, helping other veterans. And, I cannot, again, all the links to get involved with Project Diehard will be in the description of this video. And Brian, we're basically all the time. Is there any final words you'd like to give your brother or sister or veteran there that would you like to close something?
Brothers and sisters, don't give up. Remember, pray for our mission, share our mission, volunteer, and donate.
Wow.
That's what we ask for.
That's great, Brian. Thank you again for doing what you're doing. Thank you for being on my podcast. Appreciate it, bro.
Thank you, brother.
All right, have a good day, Brian.
You too.
Set me on fire.